Welcome everyone to Living Southern Oregon, where today we are at Lovejoy's Tearoom here in Ashland. And today I'm introducing Muna, who is the owner, and we'll get to talk to her a little bit and learn a little bit more about this beautiful and fun shop. So Muna, tell us a little bit about the start of this tea house, how long you've been here, because I know you've got some roots that go pretty deep around tea.
Yes, I've been running tea rooms for, the last 20 years or so. And I've been coming to Ashland for about 10 years. And every time I'd come, I'd go to the theater and I'd think, oh, it'd be so nice to have tea. And then I started thinking, I should just bring a Lovejoy's to Ashland. And then I just kept stewing and stewing for years. And then I finally decided in 2020, one month before COVID changed all the world, I decided I'm just going to jump in and do it. And I saw this space and I thought it'll be perfect for a tea room. So I signed my 5-year lease, and then, well, we all know what happened that year. So I held off opening up until May 2021, and that's when Lovejoy's of Ashland came into fruition.
All right. Now, you got your start in San Francisco.
I
so
did.
That's where you had your first tea house, which, if I remember correctly, was one of the longest standing
and it's still there, actually. My best friend and I, she was my college roommate, and we opened up Lovejoy's Tea Room of San Francisco 22 years ago. And we sold it, I'd say maybe 7 or 8 years now. I've lost track of time a little bit, but it's still the oldest tea room. It's in the neighborhood of Noe Valley, so that's where it all started for us.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about some of the things that you do here. So I know about the Queen's Tea. I still have yet to do that, but
I'm waiting for you.
Witnessing a little bit of it.
Yes, yes.
So tell us a little bit about your Queen's Tea service and then some of the other things that folks can do when they come.
Queen's Tea service is what we accept reservations for, and that is full afternoon tea service, what some people refer to as high tea. However, high tea is not actually the correct terminology for it's afternoon tea service, which consists of tea sandwiches with the crust cut off, warm scones served with clotted cream, which we import from Devon, England, and raspberry preserves. There are crumpets that are served with lemon curd, and at the end, each guest selects either a petit four, which is a little tiny cake, or some other type of sweet, whether it's chocolate or a little dessert, and of course, a pot of tea. And we're known for our bottomless pots of tea, which means any tea that you order, you never run out of that tea while you're with us. So we encourage each guest to try each other's tea. We have over 50 types of tea to taste. But the Queen's Tea is what we're known for, and that's what folks make reservations for. It's a 2-hour event, multi-course, and it's really quite an experience.
Ladies, this is the beginning of the Queen's Tea service for the table. Fresh fruit on top, salad and sandwiches. Now this will be followed by warm scones served with clotted cream and raspberry preserves. After that, there will be toasted crumpets with lemon curd, and at the end, you'll select sweets. Sweet? Okay. Yes.
We also keep tables open for walk-in guests in the front of our tea room, and people can come in and have a side order of scones or some crumpets. I love to make soup. In the wintertime, we have a soup and sandwich special. We have nice salads. So a little lighter tea fare, a little more casual, where you can just pop in if you're doing some shopping downtown and come in for a good cup of tea and some snacks.
All of this is finger food. Yeah.
I'm excited to try this one,
yes,
right? Okay,
yes.
So I've got to tell everyone that the first time I tried one of the teas here, it's a black tea with the rose.
It's called China Rose Petal.
China Rose Petal.
Yes.
And I'm a little addicted to it, and I keep getting the same one, and so now
I'm forcing her to try
letting
something.
Me.
I'll bring you another pot.
It's okay. I'll still take some home, but I'm excited to try something different.
Great. So this
is
is called Midnight in Paris, and I introduced this particular blend last Valentine's Day, and it it was such a hit that I decided to add it to the menu. And like you, I'm very drawn to floral teas. They're in a genre of teas that people call perfume teas. The most familiar one for people is an Earl Grey. Earl Grey has, again, that perfume taste to it that comes from bergamot, which is a citrus oil. And this particular Midnight in Paris has bergamot. It also has a hint of vanilla and some organic lavender. So I hope you like it.
Well, I'm definitely going to try it.
Yes.
So you got to get the
Okay,
little...
we're actually going to leave
that's
that part.
There we go.
And then we just, all of our teas are loose leaf tea, so we do use a strainer to pour. I'm going to leave a little room for milk whenever you're trying a new tea. It's suggested that you try it first without milk, so you can take in the full aroma and then add milk to see if that changes the taste point for you.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. And everywhere in here, you've got so many tea accoutrements.
Yes, it's quite fun to collect these
things. So you'll
things.
get to see, we're going to give a little tour as well, so
Yes.
people get to see inside the shop. Oh, it smells delicious.
As you can see, we do a mix-match china set. All the tables, nothing matches, which I found quite delightful when I was traveling in the countryside in England. This is very a popular way to do tea service.
This is good.
And I grew up with a very proper mother. And when she first came to my tea room in San Francisco and saw all the mixed-match china, she was just beside herself. And she called my friend Gillian and I over, and she said, "Girls, what's happening? Why is this like this?" And we explained to her that this was something that is done in the countryside of England, and that's why we were doing it. We found it charming. So she grew to like this, but every time she'd invite her friends over, I'd walk by a table, and I could hear her whispering, "They don't match on purpose." So,
Had to clarify that.
exactly.
Well, let folks know where you're located here in Ashland so they can find you.
We're at 96 North Main Street. So we're about 1 block north from Lithia Park. And many people are familiar with Brothers Restaurant, very popular breakfast place that's right across the street from us. So that's a good landmark. If you're familiar with that, we're across the street.
All right,
Yeah.
excellent. Well, come on down and
Please.
enjoy some teas. Either take some to go or come and get the Queen's tea service.
Absolutely. You're welcome to come in. We're open right now Thursdays through Sundays, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. The last reservation for tea time is at 4 p.m., which actually is proper tea time. 4 to 6 p.m. would be the last reservation for Queen's tea service.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate
Thank you for
doing
coming.
this.
It's such fun to have you both in.
All right, wonderful.